everybody, ahoy Sydney. Welcome back to your channel. My name is Aimee. This is my little brother called Adam. This is Daddy. And today we're going to read another book.
Yes, and the title of the book is In the Beginning, the Story of Creation.
Vítejte u našeho dnešního videa a dnešní pohádka na dobrou noc se jmenuje Na začátku. Příběh o stvoření.
Now we got this book from a friend, didn't we?
Yes.
We got this book from Selinka
and Puppy.
Yes, Selinka and Puppy. So
And thank you, Selinka and Puppy.
Takže tato knížka byla dárek, tak děkujeme Selince a Puppymu.
In the beginning, before time began, there was nothing. Nothing to see, nothing to hear, nothing to touch or smell.
So it was just all darkness and nothing to hear, nothing to smell, and nothing to
see.
See.
And there was only silence.
Silence?
Yes, silence, like how you guys are going to be when Dad is reading this book. Okay?
Yeah.
God moved alone through the inky darkness.
Yeah. Why is it called inky darkness?
Because it was totally dark. Totally dark, you could not see anything in front of you.
What? It's so very dark.
Then God created the heavens and the earth. And the earth was covered by water. Let there be light, God said. It was faint at first, a flicker in the darkness that grew and grew. It became a glowing ball that pushed the gloom aside, soft and yellow, then pink, red, and dazzling gold.
Oh, it's so colorful.
It's so colorful, isn't it? Yeah. God delighted in its loveliness. The changing light seemed to have a life of its own, and God called it day. When the light faded into darkness, He named it night. It was the very first day of the world. On the second day, when the light came back, God made the sky. It was a soft, bright blue, and it hung over the earth like a canopy. On the third day of the world, God drew back the choppy waters, so that solid ground appeared. The great pools of water, blue like the sky and shimmering in the light, He named seas. He called the big muddy area of ground land.
We were so colorful.
Yes. The land was flat and bare, so God shaped it into mountains, plains, and deep valleys. Under His guiding hand, greenery covered the earth. Grasses and plants of every size, shape, and color took root. Sweet-smelling flowers blossomed. Sticky buds opened, and vines curled upwards. Trees sprang from the ground, their branches reaching for the sky, growing tall and heavy with fruit. The earth had become lush and green, and brimmed with plant life. On the fourth day, God said, "Let there be signs to mark the day and night." He made the fairy sun to show the day and the gentle moon to shine at night. During the day, the moon hid in the shadows. At night, the sun turned into golden face away, while the moon cast its silvery beams over the land. God also brightened the night sky with millions upon millions of tiny glittering stars. He felt pleased with the beautiful world He had created. God's new world was a peaceful land filled with flowers, trees, and rushing rivers. There were no bees to buzz from flower to flower, no fish to leap through the waves.
What?
Yeah, nothing. The only sound were the whispers of the wind among the leaves.
And the whispers of all the animals.
On the fifth day, God filled the waters with living creatures. Suddenly, the sea teemed with fish that moved as one. He made whales that sent great plumes of spray high up into the sky, and dolphins that leaped playfully in and out of the waves. He made jellyfish that shimmered like moonlight, shellfish that sparkled like precious stones. Then God said, "Let there be creatures of the air that will fill the sky with life." There began a great fluttering of feathers and flapping of wings, and a cloud of birds and insects of all shapes and sizes rose into the sky. Tiny chirping sparrows mingled with colorful parakeets and silent gliding hawks. The sky was alive with color and sound as the twittering birds found shelter among the trees and bushes, discovered fruit, and washed their feathers in the bright streams. Their happy songs filled God's ears, and He blessed them. On the sixth day of the world, God said, "Now let there be creatures on the land." And the land began to shake with thunder of 1,000 feet. The world hummed with voices large and small, jostling to be heard. Regal lions prowled beside mighty elephants and rhinos. Monkeys swung through the trees, cackling to each other, and bears lumbered through the underground. Fierce animals paced side by side with the gentlest of God's creatures. Everyone, from the tiny shrews to the tall giraffes, was looking for a new home. Some liked the cool of the snowy mountains, and some preferred the heat of the rainforest. Snakes slithered into the jungles, crocodiles hid in the rivers, and squirrels climbed tall trees. The world pulsed with life. God looked around and was happy with what He had seen. But something was missing. Do you know what was missing?
The Eve and Adam.
Exactly. God said, "Who will care for all the animals?" He took handfuls of earth and shaped two creatures who looked like them. He called them man and woman. As God poured His breath into them, the man and woman began to move. They opened their eyes and stared around them in wonder. Slowly, they stretched their arms and legs and rose to their feet. They stood in front of God, holding hands, as beautiful and innocent as the new world. God blessed them and named the man Adam and the woman Eve. "Your job is to look after the wonders I have created," God said. "You will rule over the fish in the sea, the birds in the sky, and every creature on earth. You will have fruits to eat and water to drink. I want you to enjoy your life here." God's work was done. The world was every bit as beautiful as He had imagined. It was the seventh day, and God rested. Next, God made a beautiful garden for Adam and Eve and named it Eden. There were flowers and trees full of delicious fruits to eat, and velvet soft grass to lie on. A sparkling stream gave Adam and Eve clean water to drink. There was a huge tree in the middle of the garden. Its branches reached into the sky like upstretched arm, and God named it the Tree of Knowledge.
Tree of Knowledge?
Yeah, the Tree of Knowledge. But you know what God told Adam and Eve? He told them, "You can pick fruits from any tree in the garden, except the Tree of Knowledge. If you eat from the tree, you will die." Adam and Eve listened to everything God told them. They had all that they needed and they were happy. They cared for the animals and the garden, just as God had told them. One day, Eve was picking berries near the Tree of Knowledge when she heard rustling in the leaves of the tree. A snake was watching her, its tongue flickering in and out. "Smell the sweet fruit," the snake hissed. "Try it. Taste it." "No," Eve replied. "God has told us we must not eat the fruit from the Tree of Knowledge, or we will die. The snake shook his head. It would make you as wise as God, it said. Just one bite would make you a goddess. The snake's words made Eve long to try it. Slowly, she picked a rosy apple and drew it towards her. It smelled sweet and delicious. Her heart thumped with fear and excitement. Eve could not resist. She took a tiny bite of the apple. Adam saw her, and although he knew that it was wrong, he burned with curiosity. So Eve handed him the apple and he tried it. Smiling, the snake slithered away. God knew at once what Adam and Eve had done. He was upset and angry. You must leave Eden, he told them. From now on, the lives of humankind will be full of trouble and worry. Now that you have eaten from the tree of knowledge, your body will eventually die. But I will find a way to save you. Adam and Eve shivered as the gates of Eden clanked shut behind them. Greed had taken them from a place of gentle breeze to a cruel world where the wind beat and the rain soaked their body. But God, who loves his people, gave Adam and Eve something very special. He gave them hope. Perhaps one day, he told them, humankind might yet return to the beautiful Garden of Eden and to the love of God. And that's the end of the story. That was quite a long story, wasn't it?
Yeah.
About how the world began. The story of creation.
So my favorite part is when I saw the tree of knowledge. That's my favorite part.
The tree of knowledge.
That was interesting, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Right. There's so many lessons to be learned, but we'll leave it to our viewers to tell us what the lessons are. So thank you everyone for watching our video. Please don't forget to click the subscribe button. Yeah, if you like the video, click the like button as well. Leave a comment, let us know what you think. Share with your friends.
If you like it. Yeah, another one. Comment video.
Yes, the next video you're giving it away.
Comment video.
Okay, yes, the next video is going to be Thomas and his friends, isn't it?
Yes, Thomas and his friends.
Okay, talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Bye. O double. Bye bye.
Děkujeme, že jste sledovali naše video a nezapomeňte nám dát odběr a like. Ahoj!